and Buddha's
Manish Kumar ji got disconnected, I think.
Who is the host? वो फिर से connect कर लें.
This is something from the speaker. Some technical issues, not from
problem
the,
with
ask
in
Dr.
Manish Kumarji.
Directly.
Manish Kumarji, no? Problem
Kailash,
his side.
please talk to Dr. Manish Kumarji. There is no technical issues from the host. Maybe from his speaker himself. You can talk to him, call him and ask him to check. It's not from here, not from Calcutta.
Anybody can personally talk to him. आप उनको एक बार personally phone करके बोलिए. फिर से restart के लिए.
We are trying to connect with Dr. Manish Kumar.
Yes, you can telephone him. Anybody can telephone him personally.
To connect Dr. Manish Kumar over phone. Somehow it has got disconnected from his side.
आप उन्हें फोन करके पूछ लीजिए. Or he can connect it on audio, not by video.
Next speaker. So Kailaji, maybe we can go to the next speaker
Yeah.
while he's this
So-
matters.
I'm trying to contact him, but not getting yet.
Yeah, next we can go to the next.
Kailash, you please try to contact Dr. Manish Kumar ji.
Yes, I
Or
am
we can
trying
go
to
to the
connect.
next speaker.
You can go to the next speaker.
While he's making he speaks the mental issues.
ডক্টর কৈলাস ফোন করছে বোধহয়। मनीष कुमार के डॉक्टर कैलाश बोले फोन करছে।
हाँ सर, क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम हो गया है बड़ा ये?
नहीं मेरा तो अभी यहाँ से तो आ रहा है, दिख रहा है।
तो क्या सिर्फ ऑडियो वीडियो से अगर नहीं हो रहा है तो ऑडियो से सिर्फ कनेक्ट हो सकते हैं शॉर्ट में? जी
Audio is okay, Kailash.
हाँ
Otherwise,
जी जी,
time is very short.
अगर वीडियो नहीं हो पा रहा है तो ऑडियो से कनेक्ट हो जाए।
Audio is okay. Ask me to deliver
Yes, sir.
his speech.
या क्या कोई स्क्रीन? हाँ सर, ठीक है सर, स्क्रीन पर तो आप हैं।
Now I think
यस सर,
हाँ,
यस सर, ठीक है।
so can I now
यस सर, प्लीज गो ऑन, यस सर,
am I audible now?
यस सर।
So this is I think I have covered this eightfold path wheel, and this is the brief description of each component of each eightfold path: right view, right intention, right livelihood, right effort. So I will start with right view, right understanding of the nature of the reality, including the truth and the laws of the cause and effect. It involves seeing the thing as truly they are, and they are free from delusion and misunderstanding. Right intention is samma sankappo. Right intention or right thought refers to the commitment to the ethical and wholesome intention, such as renunciation, goodwill, and harmlessness. It involves cultivating positive attitude and aspiration and support to the spiritual growth and liberation. Then right livelihood. Right livelihood to earn a living in a way that it is ethical, honest, and does not harm other. It involves choosing a vocation that aligns with Buddhist principle and contributes to the positivity to the society. Then right effort, samma vayamo. Right efforts involve cultivating wholesome qualities and abandoning the unwholesome tendencies. It entails the persistent effort to overcome negative mental states, cultivating positive ones, and maintaining the mindfulness and concentration. And right speech involves the abstinence from the falsehood, divisive speech, harsh language. Practicing right speech means speaking truthfully, kindly, and constructively. Right action is samma kammanto. Right action entails abstain from action that causes harm to oneself or others, such as killing, stealing, sexual misconduct. It involves practicing ethical conduct and living in accordance with the principle and of non-violence and respect of life. And right mindfulness involves the awareness of one's body, feeling, mental phenomena in the present moment. Without judgmental of the attachment, it entails developing mindfulness through meditation and daily life practice. Now, in the last is right concentration, refers to the development of deep concentration and mental stability through meditation. It involves focusing the mind on a single object to cultivate calmness, clarity, and insight, leading to the profound state of absorption and eventually liberation, nirvana. इसको आगे ये आगे क्यों नहीं जा रहा? हाँ. So out of these eightfold path, 3, that is right speech, right action, and right livelihood, comes in the seal. Next 3, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, comes in the samadhi. And next 2, yeah. And right understanding and right thoughts come under the panya. So in nutshell, if you can summarize the Buddha's Dhamma, sabba papas akaranam kuslas upsampada suchit paryodapnam etin buddhana sasnam. Sabba papas akaranam means abstain from all the negative thing, kuslas upsampada, cultivating the positive thing, suchit paryodapnam, purifying your mind. This is the Buddha's Sashanam. Then Buddha taught the principle of non-violence and non-harming towards all the living beings. It includes refraining from the physical, verbal, or mental harm, practicing ahimsa, promoting peaceful coexistence and harmony among individuals and communities. Out of 5 concepts meant for the layman, this is the first precept which has to be observed to grow in the field of Dhamma. That is, abstain from killing. Then metta or love kindness is the central practice in Buddhism. It involves cultivating a heart full of compassion towards oneself and others. By fostering kindness and compassion, individuals can create an atmosphere of acceptance and understanding, allowing others to live without fear and hostility. In Karniya Metta Sutra, Buddha explained how to develop love and kindness and what is the benefit of love and kindness. Karuna, Buddha explained the importance of compassion towards all living beings, understanding the interconnection of all the life. Practitioners are encouraged to alleviate the suffering of others and to cultivate empathy and understanding. Interdependence. Buddha taught the concept of dependent origination, which highlights the interconnected nature of all the phenomena, recognizing our interdependence. He encourages us to respect the autonomy and well-being of others, allowing them to live their life without undue interference or imposition. Buddha told that all the actions are conceived first in the mind and as a thought and then converted into the action. This was quoted by Sri Lankan President in his speech given in the United Nations, where he told that whatever a person thinks, he becomes like this. Since war begins in the mind of man, it is the mind of the man that the defense of peace must be constructed. And this resolution was adopted, this suggestion was adopted by United Nations, that this is the only solution for the present conflict which we are seeing all over the world. Buddha's message of peace and compassion and love of all kindness tells us to open our heart and embraces all the members of our human family, especially those in need. These timeless teaching can help guide governments and international community in peace and security, in development and in protection of our environment. In each of these areas, we have to raise above our narrow self-interest and think as and act as member of our global family. While Buddha may not have explicitly used the phrase live and let live, his teaching promotes the values such as non-violence, compassion, and ethical conduct, which form the foundation for peaceful coexistence and mutual respect among all the living beings. So on this Vesak Day, let us pledge to work together for the common good and for the betterment of all humankind. In that spirit, I offer my best wishes for a memorable and joyous Vesak Day. Thank you. Sorry for the delay in the.
Sadhu.
I try to be brief and.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very good, sir. There was some disruption due to some net problem.
It happens. It happens with technology. One has to take it in its own stride.
Yes, sir. So now I request Dr. Sarendra Kumar Mahapatro, trustee of Mahabodhi Society of India and secretary of Odisha Center of Mahabodhi Society. He was some 2-3 days back, he was in Thailand witnessing the program of Vishak Day, UN Vishak Day there. So it is an honor to Mahabodhi Society to participate. And he was one of the delegation, one of the members of the delegation. And I think he has returned yesterday or today. Or still you are in Thailand, I don't know. Well, so
Yes,
if you
yes.
could
Yesterday.
give a brief introduction, give a description about celebration, UN celebration, UN Vishak Day celebration in Thailand, that also we will be
Yeah, I'll
benefited.
do it at the last. I will do
Yes,
that
sir.
at the last.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So, Nama Buddhaya, most venerable P. Sioli Tharoji, our General Secretary of Mahabodhi Society of India, Dr. Mahendra Singh Ji, President of Mahabodhi Society of India, the honorable guests and speakers of eminence, and esteemed listeners of Dhamma discourses, I bow down in respect to all. I thank the chair and all of you for having given me this opportunity to present my views on the relevance of the teachings of Buddha for world peace. In fact, what Professor Dr. Manish Kumarji just told before about his description of live and let live, in fact, that is the main essence of world peace. World, we need to adjust with each other because no two persons, no two countries, no two societies are same. So we adjust to each other to achieve world peace. So, but I will speak from a different angle. So before going to world peace, let us try to find peace in our own life. As we all know, we are all facing today a common problem every moment of our lives. That is lack of peace. It's very difficult to get. Very easy to say, but very difficult to get peace in whatever we do. Our lack of peace stems from disorientation between the true self and the world, as if there is a missing link between the true cause and the apparent effect. It is no wonder, therefore, that there is no mutual trust between individuals, among persons in a given society, and human beings inhabiting this earth. Why? Because of the materialistic fervor that is being established in our society today. Everything seems to go in the wrong direction. There is no element of mutual trust and peaceful coexistence between one another. And everybody is cut off from the real being because of the absence of true understanding of our true self. As if the light does not illumine or the eyes are not prepared to say. The present world scenario is like an insensitive void with nothing to see, nothing to genuinely feel proud of. The so-called modern man has forgotten the subtle values of love, affection, peace, and tranquility. And strangely, in a world that would have been a divine place to live, there is so much anarchy born out of jealousy, suspicion, mistrust, etc. Why? Because of this materialistic desires in every one of us. In a situation like this, one in which we are facing the problems which are born from false ideas and impressions, Buddha had handed down to us of its remedy in his teachings. We know, but who goes for those teachings? Everybody speaks about it. It is fascinating to note that at the outset that many aspirants of Buddhism understand that Buddha Dharma as a valid principle and not as a religion. This has been spoken well by Nikit Chaturbedi and Professor Pradeep Gokhleji. This is because Dhamma is understood as knowledge and not religion, and the God element is conspicuous by its absence. The Buddhist formula is independent of God. Everybody knows, we all know about that. And suits anyone who treats Buddhism as a religion or as a practical philosophy that has nothing to do with God. So let us try to understand the Buddhist philosophy, the core teachings of Lord Buddha. This has been amply spoken by the previous speakers, and how such teachings can help establish world order and peace. I must stress here that the need to understand Buddha did not say anything about a new formula that he had worked out to satisfy individually or the world's need. His straightforward explanation about suffering is that it is born from the vision of duality, and that equanimity of the mind is the way to gain peace of mind. This is Buddha has told why we are not achieving it in our own life. So considering how different people react differently to ideas and objects we see in variety, a multitude of experiences peculiar to each of them, likes and dislikes, love and hatred, are pairs of opposite reactions. For example, as we try to understand the basic or natural principle of the opposites, we can understand that it is all in the mind, and gaining peace of mind and creating a peaceful world is in our own hands, which we are forgetting or not realizing. As long as we allow the duality of experience to affect us, we allow ourselves to be ruled by unnatural fake elements. Let us think about Jesus Christ. The burning example in this regard is the parable of Christ, Jesus. Jesus allowed his critics to crucify him without the least grumble. Rather, he prayed for the tyrants, Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they are doing. We have to understand Christ and how he defeated death. Christ resurrected himself with his power of divine indifference to pain, torture, and death. In this respect, Christ was as good as a bodhisattva. The Buddha referred to peace, trust, and tolerance as the best relatives of all mankind. The Jatak says, everybody has read, those who are present here, must have read Jatak stories. One who is worthy of your trust and who trusts you in return, who listens to you and is patient with you, follow him wherever he goes. In Buddhist parlance, peacefulness and trust are making daily and diligent efforts in faith, so that one can enjoy a rich inner development and tangible proof of victory. His Holiness, the Dalai Lama reiterated the peace and trust dictum of the Buddha, saying that friendship depends on peace, and peace depends on having a strong sense of concern for the welfare of others. Be honest, truthful, and warm-hearted. Make compassion the basis of your determination. This is how we can usher in world peace. But this is not happening. He has said, these are golden words, but not happening. We'll come to the golden rules, 4 Arya Satyas and Panchasila, in which Buddha clearly explained the noble truths of suffering and solutions to come out of it to get peace, have either been forgotten or loosely followed over a long time. This here what I have been telling from the beginning about the materialistic world. This is the reason. So nonetheless, from what we have already discussed, a departure from these established maxims have landed us in the poor present stature. There is a lot of noise, a lot of cacophony, that there is hopelessness, uproar, loss of environment, war, and say violence every day between individuals and the nations. Humankind has forgotten the subtle art of believing, trusting one another, and living in peace. We have ignored the rules and aspired for discipline. This is like hoping for the impossible because of the mistakes we fail to recognize. The Buddhist approach to antidoting conflict in whatever form requires concentration and the practice of mindfulness and the Panchasilas. When we make nonviolence a part of our daily lives, we empower a nonviolent society free from jealousy and naturally, effortlessly promote mutual trust building, making peaceful living an essential part of our lives. Thus, harmony, the Sangha life, and a community life full of peace and enjoyment follow successively. In Buddhism, the teachings of Buddha and war are commonly regarded as incompatible. And Buddhist resources to restrain war are often therefore unexplored as not necessary because mutual trust results from the practice of mindfulness. And following the 5 canons, the Panchasilas, the thought of war is naturally abhorrent to the explorer of peace. In this case, the follower of Buddha, those who explore peace. As an effect, jealousy, hatred, and selfishness are transformed into loving kindness and compassion, and the earth is rendered a superior place for peaceful living. What Professor Pradeep Gokhaleji has told in his keynote speech. Some Buddhist leaders have been criticized for preaching peace but turning a blind eye to violence in their own countries. But it is worthwhile to remember that war has never been used by Buddhists for purposes of religious coercion. War, violence, and terrorism are repugnant to Buddhist attitudes to peace and faith. So it is alleged that while Buddhist teachings strongly oppose violence, its pacifist ideals have not prevented Buddhist nations from going to war. The critics furnish examples of Vietnam, Cambodia, Japan, Sri Lanka, and Myanmar going to war or civil war. But the practicing Buddhist folks have not initiated war and conflict. They have always trodden the path of kindness and compassion, which is exemplified by the Dalai Lama and the people of Tibet. That's the golden example. They have not gone to war with China. So in the Pali Canon, the Buddha mentions that war and violence, without differentiating between aggressive or defensive, have unwholesome states of mental health as their cause and bring with them unpleasant, hostile states of mind as effects. Buddhists have many beliefs when it comes to the environment. They believe that man and nature need to coexist and that nature is neither good nor evil. Buddhists have respect for all life and therefore they value everything in nature. Buddhism pursues ecology in a monistic rather than dualistic worldview, considering all life, including that of humans, are subject to natural laws, adopting holistic systems regarding the unity and interrelatedness of man and nature. In Buddhist teachings, greed, hatred, and delusion are known for good reason as the 3 poisons, the 3 unwholesome roots, what we say akusal, and the 3 fires. These metaphors suggest how dangerous afflictive thoughts and emotions can be if they are not understood and transformed. Greed refers to our selfishness, misplaced desire, attachment, and grasping for happiness and satisfaction outside of ourselves. Hatred refers to our anger, aversion, and repulsion towards unpleasant people, circumstances, and even our uncomfortable feelings. Delusion refers to our dullness, bewilderment, and misperception, our wrong views of reality. The poisons of greed, hatred, and delusion are a byproduct of ignorance of our true nature, the awakened heart of wisdom and compassion. Arising out of our ignorance, these poisonous states of mind then motivate non-virtuous and unskillful thoughts, speech, and actions, which cause all manner of suffering and unhappiness for ourselves and others. If we take the above as a potent picture of explanation, it becomes obvious why peace has simply fizzled out and vanished from our lives. Perhaps after this explanation, there is no need to explain again why good virtues like love, compassion, and trust will remain absent from us as a result of our miserable undoing and discarding of Buddha's path. It is time we should mindfully examine our thoughts and behavior, lest it will be too late to protect our planet Earth. We'll regret then, but to no avail. Let not our deluded happiness today cost us our future and our existence and cause unforgivable harm to our children. There may remain differences of opinion from religion to religion, but that shouldn't deter us from following the Buddhist path and ideology, as there is nothing religious to follow other than the path of ultimate peace, harmony, and happiness. The Buddha taught us about self-control, self-restraint, and tolerance, which in the international arena are also basic and essential constituents for good relations and peaceful coexistence among nations, what Professor Manish Kumarji told, live and let live. So, Lord Buddha said, as you all know, radiate boundless love towards the entire world. A disciplined mind brings happiness. Give, even if only have a little. Conquer anger with non-anger. Those who cling to perceptions and views wander the world offending people. These teachings of Buddha are priceless to understand and follow. It may not happen in a day that we have cleaned up everything, so to speak. But as the Buddha says, drop by drop is the water pot filled. The promise is better days will come spontaneously to us from nature, not from God. Love and compassion are keys to achievement both at the individual and the global levels, as these two qualities are valuable positive traits, so necessary to be embedded in our mind and heart, so that we stop questioning one another's virtues or vices and perform in unison the art of living in peace. The current world order, what we are seeing now, is messed up with chaos, destruction, and the projection of ego. We see the war between Russia and Ukraine, the war between Israel and the Muslim militants, the Cold War between Greece and Turkey, and the war between Armenia and Azerbaijan. The list of nations at war throughout history to date is almost inexhaustible. War apart, terrorism has assumed such proportions that there is an almost constant fear in everybody's heart. Terror has become the catchword of our threatened existence. Added to war and terrorism, our environment is threatened. The ecosystem is at peril. Both to the common man and the mindful intellectual, our planet of dwelling, the earth, has turned into a cauldron of unsupportable suffering. The situation is growing worse day by day. It is as if good understanding and intelligence have deserted us, pushing us into the quagmire of bottomless doom. Our future presents to the helpless beholder, that is us, the setup of a vicious circle from which there seems no escape. However grim the situation may be, for the followers of Buddha, giving in has no place as a solution to either the individual or the global malady. Before a few minutes, I have discussed the message of His Holiness the Dalai Lama as the panacea for world order. The Dalai Lama, to quote again, says friendship depends on peace, and peace depends on having a strong sense of concern for the welfare of others. Be honest, truthful, and warm-hearted. Make compassion the basis of your determination. This is what Dalai Lama said, and this is the path to peace, the path of faith, path to peace and path of peace. Buddha taught us that peace would come only when man is happy. He wanted all mankind to get rid of malice, hatred, indulgence in lower desires and evil thoughts. He wanted all men to cultivate good thoughts, worthy desires, feelings of charity and compassion, and an attitude of serenity, composure, and peace. And not the least, self-contentment, which makes you happy, that takes you away from any kind of greed. Hence, everyone, those who believes in Buddhist ideals, should try their best to follow these golden rules, and this will have a cascading effect on others to follow that path, and so on. Today, if I follow these rules, golden rules of Buddha, it will have cascading effects on others around me. And those people, once they learn that, and once they follow that, it will have cascading effects on the people around them. So this will expand to a greater level wherein hatred, malice, jealousy, and evil thoughts will slowly disappear, thereby ensuring peace at all levels. So with these words, I wish to close my talk with a prayer at the end. May all beings be happy. May all enjoy good health. May all have the vision of goodness. May none be afflicted by sorrow and sadness. Namo Buddhaya. Thank you once again. So, आज Professor Sab has told that to speak something about the United Nations program. If I will be allowed, I'll speak.
Yes, sir. Brief information about the book. Yes.
So we had gone as a part of members from delegates from Mahabodhi Society of India, and we have attended the function one day in Mahachulalongkar Naraj University and another day in United Nations office. Everything has gone very well. Many eminent world leaders have given their message, and there are panel of discussions, 6 panels of discussions in variety of subjects. And one of our participants, not from our organization, but Madhusri Chaudhary, has spoken very well. She had gone as a panelist, but she hasn't gone from our society. She was invited from to represent some other organization. She spoke very well, and she was the only Indian. Another Indian monk spoke, but he is not an Indian. So Madhusri Chaudhary was the only Indian who spoke very nicely, and the function ended on a grand scale with puja in a temple, big temple, and puja and chanting. So everything ended well for us.
Yes, sadhu. Thank you so much, sir.
Mahapatra, thank you very much.
For
Excellent,
speaking
sir. Mahapatra-ji. Excellent, excellent.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for speaking on the contribution of Buddhism, or how Buddhism can help for promotion to world peace, to promote world peace, how Buddhism can be helpful. Yeah, very good. And also giving information about Vaishak Day celebration at Thailand. In Thailand, So now our speakers, not the speakers, but now the president of Mahabodhi Society of India will give his observation, or you can say a presidential address on this webinar. And this program will conclude with the blessings of Most Venerable P. Shivle Mahathero, the General Secretary of Mahabodhi Society of India. So first our President will speak, then General Secretary will give blessing. Thank you, sir. Now, may I invite our President, Dr. Mahendra Singh Ji, to to give observation, to put observation on this seminar, this webinar today.
How many thanks, Kailash ji, to invite me? First of all, on this, the most pious occasion of 2568th Buddha Purnima, the whole world is celebrating, which is called the Vesak Day also. I first of all, with great reverence and prostrate salutations, pray all the Buddhas, Gautam Buddha, Kasyap Buddha to Tarhankar Buddha. On this pious occasion, I pray all the Buddhas that on behalf of the Mahabodhi Society of India, Venerable P. Shivli Theroji and our whole members and office bearers of the society, along with the Buddhist diaspora all over the world, that the Buddhas, all the Buddhas may bestow upon us the wisdom and the knowledge to treat the path of Nibbana, to put an end to all sufferings, whether temporal or spiritual. And thereafter I pay prostrate salutations to the Pujne Bhikkhu Sangh in general, and in particular to Venerable P. Shivli Theroji, who is my Dham Guru and General Secretary of the Mahabodhi Society of India, who will be remembered in the history of the Mahabodhi Society of India as the only one after the Bodhisattva Nagarik Dharampal, that he salvaged the society from the down earth and gave the new impetus and life to the society in several meanings. He started the Dham Sabha, which is the main mission of the society, set up by the Anagarik Dharampalji. I congratulate him and pray Lord Buddha to give him the ever longest career of the life to serve the society and Dhamma and to guide us all us. And now I come to so Kailash ji said I should give my observation. I will not give my observation on the discourses of my previous honorable speakers. It is not the pattern in the Buddhism to give comparative observations. All the speakers, honorable speakers, well spoken, according to the sub-theme allotted to them. They tried their best to prove their ability and wisdom. I congratulate all my speakers who spoke at this pious occasion. The main theme of this program today was Buddha Jayanti and significance of Vesak Day celebration. I will focus on this only. That why the Vesak Purnima or Vesak Day? Why all the Buddhas from the Tarhankar Buddha to Gautam Buddha got enlightened on the same day, born on the same day, and passed away to Nibbana in the same day? What is the reason? Buddha's life and his knowledge and his teachings were never aloof from the scientific reason. All the things of the Buddhas, whether even a word to the long discourses, are based on the reality. Not even a single word is redundant or extra, which is meaningless. Every word is meaningless. Moreover, every word, every sentence, every discourse is for the welfare of this lok, whole world. Not in fructuous, even in the sense of a saying, but all the discourses, words, and his hints were for the welfare of the world, for the emancipation of the world, from the suffering, not the suffering of the physical suffering, but the repeated, unstopping rounds of the births and deaths since time immemorial. Why all the Buddha got enlightenment on Vesak Day? First question. Everybody is here, the student, at the least level that they have gone through and the geography must have been their subject, or otherwise, in otherwise sense, it is the common sense. When the Vesak day comes, it is the hot summer day in India, northern India, and the full moon day. Full moon, everybody knows. On this date, there is a great tide in the rivers, oceans, and every liquid, whether in a pond or river or in a sea, upthirsts because of the gravitational force of the moon. It's a lunar gravitation. And the Buddha's life, Buddha had known it long before in the previous existences of the Bodhisattva in various states, that the physicality or this 5 aggregates of clinging are not separate from the atmosphere or environment, because he had already understood, every Buddha already had understood that the atmosphere of air, Vayumandal, lithosphere or rocks and soils, Asthal Mandal, hydrosphere or water, Jal Mandal, environmental or biosphere, Jeev Mandal. Now, in our this body, there are 4 great elements. What? Earth. It is the lithosphere or rock mandal, soil. It is there, the part of the environment. Second, hydrospheres, Jal Mandal, Prithvi, Jal. Third, atmosphere of air, Vayu Mandal. Air is there in the 4 great elements, one of the constituent. Now the Jal Mandal, environment of the biosphere, Jeev Mandal. Fire is there. Without fire, without temperature, no creature, no living being can sustain. So Buddha had known it well. When to meditate, when to sit for the enlightenment. When on the date of Purnima, he was under the Bodhi tree, that was the Buddha Purnima, in the full moon. And when there is a full moon, there is a great upsurge of the tide in the all round, in the whether in the sea, whether in our body. And when he sat there, the body, water in our body and blood, with blood oxygen, upsurged towards brain, because it was very hard meditative state. So he may not be tired. The brain got more than required blood oxygen and blood, which did not let the bodhisattva tire. It was the reason. It is the reason why on the Buddha Purnima, full moon day, because it is connected with the environment. This is the reason I must explain. And Vesak Day, I shall say emphatically, according to my own thinking, what could I pursue and attain? I can say it the Emancipation Day. And suppose, had there been no Buddha, now I come to the next perception. Suppose, had there been no Buddha in the world, who could have explained the Four Noble Truths? Who could have spelled the Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta? Who could have spelled the Patisya Samutthapad? And who could have taught us that the Panchupadana Skandha itself is suffering, and everything of this world phenomena is under destruction gradually. Now I come to the next point. Suppose you go to the Andaman Nicobar, where the ebb origins, which are so far away from the education and culture, and they can attack any tourist there, you know. And the South Africans, so many races which are totally cut off from the civilization. They don't know the Buddha. But the reality and the Dhamma of the Buddha is also there, working there. Despite of their full of ignorance. They are getting birth, they are getting suffering, physical suffering, old age, and Jara Maran, and death. They are not exempt. May they know, may they not know. So, Buddha did not develop or manufactured or advised or imagined or prophesied any new construct idea to the world in his teaching. He only spoke, he only taught with proof, with tangible proof, not the proxy proof. Everything to the Bhikkhu or his adherents. He told only the truth, which is natural truth, ultimate truth, which cannot be created by, not even by Buddha, which cannot be destroyed, changed, stopped, even by the Buddha. Can Buddha, if any Buddha must have been in capacity to change this reality of the lok, then Buddha must have been exempt from the bleeding which got hurt by the splinter of the stone hurled on him by the Devdat. He must have not been dysentery after the consumption of the midday meal served by the Chund, last meal. Several times Buddha got sick. Several times Jivak gave him medicines. So even Buddha had no control on the natural phenomena of the reality. So Buddha concluded, it is the reality which the world is ignorant of. This is the teaching of the Buddha. Buddha knew, now it is clear that the Vaisakh day, Enlightenment day, he sat under the Bodhi tree, was totally connected with the environment, according to the four great elements of our body. Now I come to the next, that significance of the Vaisakh day. I have already spoken. Had there been no Buddha, there must have been no Vaisakh day. There must have been no knowledge of the Four Noble Truth. There must have been no knowledge of the ultimate truth. Let alone an iota or a minute part of the knowledge. Who is Buddha? Whom we call Buddha? Who is Buddha? Everybody we say, every day we discuss on this. But who is Buddha? The Buddha is called the fully enlightened one because he is the one who has fully understood by himself the ultimate nature of all phenomena, both in their particular and universal characteristics. The term implies the direct knowledge of all realities. All realities, not the temporal things, realities, gained without help of a teacher. The Buddha is also called the peerless, means matchless, unparalleled, one, atulaniya, because his qualities and attributes cannot be matched by any other being in the Kamauchar, Rupauchar, Arupauchar, and the 10,000 cycles, and in the whole 31 plane of the existence. Nar Manusya, Devta, Mar, Brahma, or Thaliye, Jaliye, Akasiye, and even the micro to macro Pasu, Pakshiyon, any living being creature, he is far off and above all, Supreme Buddha. It is the definition of the Buddha. Hence the Buddha is without a peer. Among peer, he has no teacher or guide. Among all sentient beings, as it is said, there is one person, Bhikkhus, who is unique, without a peer, without counterpart, incomparable, unequaled, matchless, unrivaled, the best of humans, the Tathagat, the Arhant, the fully enlightened one. This is the definition of the Buddha. Now I come to the Dhamm, teachings. What is the teachings? There are three baskets, it is common to all. Vinay Pitak, Dhamm Pitak, Abhidham Pitak. Sut Pitak, Abhidham Pitak. Vinay Pitak is the rules for the monks. Doctrine, the Sut Pitak Dhamm, comprise all the 82,000 suttas of the Buddha, delivered by the Buddha, and 2,000 by his senior monks, Mahasthvir. 84,000 in totality. Then how this teaching can be attained? This is the teaching to read out all the three baskets. It is the teaching of the Buddha. And how to इसको सील समाधि प्रज्ञा. These are the three, a tripod of the three silas or moralities inseparable with each other. The teachings can be realized by practice, by reading, practice, and realization. And the teaching, to sum up, I can say, the teaching is called sublime in the sense of true and good, because when it is applied in accordance with the Buddha's guidelines, instructions, it definitely leads the attainment of the Nibbana, the supreme truth and highest good. So the teaching, Buddha Dham, that teaching is not a simple teaching. If followed, practiced, understood as per the instruction of the Buddha, certainly these teachings lead to straightway to Nibbana. This is the real meaning of the teachings. Now I come to the Sangha. Word Gan. Gan means company or group, congregation. Ganuttama. There are two types of the Sangha in the Buddhism. There are some Samneri, Upasak, Upasika, who have been ordained in the Dhamma, whether they are under the robe or under the Upasak's dress. They all are in the Sangha. And this Sangha, because they are novice, lower ordination, they call the conventional Sangha, Samuti Sangha. Samuti, conventional Sangha. And next part of the Sangha is the noble order. Noble order, Arya Sangha, who are included or comprised in the noble, the Sotapan, Sakdagami, Anagami, Arhant, who have achieved Sotapatti Phal, Sakdagami Phal, Anagami Phal, Arhat Phal. This is the noble order. And what is the third? Abhidham Pitak. Abhidham, what is the word of the Abhidham? Abhi means the great, distinguished. The great, distinguished teaching means Dhamma, the great reality, par excellence, as I submitted. It is Abhidhamma. What does it include in the Abhidhamma? Just like I said that there are Sutta Pitak, Vinaya Pitak, what includes in the Abhidhamma? I can say for your simple thinking, if you have 100 liters of the milk, that I can compare or illustrate with the Sutta Pitak. And when they coagulate it and make curd and butter and ghee, clarified butter, out of 100 liters, there must be 30 or 40 liters clarified butter. you can say that Abhidham. So, you should not be confused that Abhidham is quite separate from the Sutta Pitaka. Sutta Pitaka is the lectures or the Desna of the Buddha for all. May it be laity, may it be lower ordination, bhikkhu, or the higher ordination. It was for all, for the benefit of all, in the simple language. But when Buddha used to deliberate or talk with the arahants, he did not say, Sariputra, Mahamoggalayan. He used to say, Nam Roop, 5 aggregates of Kriya. And in the Abhidham, the discourses are only on the Roop, consciousness, Chit, mental factor, Chaitsik, and Nibbana. Only 4 points are discussed in the whole Abhidham Pitak, the 7 book of the Abhidham Pitak, Pathan, etc. Now, I have cleared all these things. Now I come to next. The Buddha never let the destroy or imbalance, never allowed the imbalance of the loka. His vision was clear. He used to read the mind of the every disciple, whether it may be the Sariputra or the novice who entered the Sangha in one day. He never let them distracted. He used to read the mind of his every disciple 3 times in 24 hours. Should anybody of them may not be thinking unwholesomely. What a good teacher, who was a prince in the all luxury, renunciated all the life of the full of pleasures. Started to walk barefooted and in 3 robes, 3 clothes, without any temptation of personal satisfaction. Served the humanity for 45 years. Relentlessly. So what is the significance? It is the significance of the Vesak day that the world in the general sense, I will say general sense, got the Buddha on this day. But in the practical sense, in particular sense, got the medicine, ambrosial medicine, impeccable medicine, infallible medicine for the emancipation of the suffering. So, I again say in my Dham talk every Sunday, as all my friends and sisters here, I say, it is the purest form of the consciousness, Who got Buddha? Now the question arises. Who got enlightened? Whether the fathom-long body of the Siddhartha Gautam got Buddha. Because in the conventional language, the whole his followers called him Buddha by appearance. But who was the Buddha? The purest state of mind was the Buddha. So, it is the reason at the Mahaparinirvana Sutta, when Ananda, in the melancholy mode, under distress and stress, inquired Buddha, who will be our Guru after you? Buddha said, do you think this body is your Guru? No. My teachings shall be your Guru. So, the purification of the mind. What is the Buddhism? Mental culture, mental purification, mental discipline, and mental realization of the real truths. It is the Buddhism, in my own thinking. So, on this pious occasion of the Buddha Purnima, I again bow my head in reverence to all the Buddhas, to bestow upon all us the wisdom and the path which can lead us towards the highway of Nibbana. And I again pray the Lord Buddha and all the Buddha for your all happiness, long life, happy life, wisdomful life. And our Venerable peacefully Thero, may he live long to serve the Dhamma in the form of the MBSI and guide us with his ablest wisdom. It is my prayer. May it come true. I convey my prostrate salutations and Namo Buddhaya to all of you. Namo Buddhaya.
Sadhu,
Sadhu,
sadhu.
sadhu.
Thank you so much, sir, for delivering a kind of sermon and significance of Vaishakh Day or Buddha Purnima, and also about the basic tenets of Buddhism. It was like listening to a great teacher of Dhamma. And it was the time for blessings by Venerable P. Shivli Thero, but Most Venerable P. Shivli Thero is very much engaged in other program, and he is giving instructions to the bhikkhu in charges of all centers for preparations for tomorrow's morning program and whole day program.
I have a request.
Many programs are being held at all the centers. At Buddha Gaya, we have 2-3 very special programs. One is bell offering. New bell has come from Vietnam, and the devotees have come from there. So they will be offering the bell, the metal bell. Maybe it is a big bell, bronze bell, just brought from Vietnam, and it has already been installed. So tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. is the offering ceremony. And also the Sacred Relics public exposition ceremonies at headquarters and Buddha Gaya also, the Sacred Relics of Buddha and his 2 chief disciples, Sariputta and Mogglar. So both Gaya, these are not the only, these are apart from the puja, food offering, meditation, deshana, illumination of the premises, many programs are there. So now whenever peaceably has wished to convey to all the speakers, right from Professor Pradeep Gokhale, Dr. Niki Chaturvedi, Professor Manish Kumar ji, Surendra Mahapatra ji, others, and all audiences and well-wishers, his regards and Buddha's blessings. May you all be well and happy, enjoy good health, and lead a righteous life, a meaningful life. It is his wish to just for all of you. So I think now this is the time. It is about 8:20 minutes. So, and he is not here. He is busy with the most venerable Bhantes, talking with them. So he couldn't be available here. So thank you, sir, very much for joining this today's program for Christ Sacred Day celebration of Buddha Purnima. This is on the eve of Buddha Purnima. At many places, some programs are being held today, and tomorrow is the main program. So, once again, thank you so much. Namo Buddhaya. सबका मंगल हो, सबका भला हो, सभी लोग धर्म के मार्ग पर चलें और भगवान बुद्ध का आशीर्वाद प्राप्त करें, पुण्य प्राप्त करें. थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच.
नमो बुद्धाय. सबको बुद्ध पूर्णिमा की आंतरिक मैत्रीमय शुभेच्छा है. पूर्णिमा आज से ही शुरू हो गया है, तो बुद्ध पूर्णिमा भी आज से शुरू है. तो आप सबका बहुत 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 मंगल हो. आप सब लोग अच्छे रहे और इस तरह धर्म सभा चलता रहे. थैंक यू वेरी मच. आप लोग इतना अच्छा एक प्रोग्राम अरेंज किए हैं. मैं महेंद्र जी से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि इस विषय में जो उन्होंने आज चर्चा किया है, इस धर्म सभा में, संडे धर्म सभा में फिर एक बार इसके ऊपर अगर चर्चा करेंगे तो हम लोग बहुत उपकृत होंगे. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
मैं इसमें कैलाश जी, ये तो सब रिकॉर्ड हो रहा होगा.
जी रिकॉर्डिंग है.
ये तो रिकॉर्ड हो रहा होगा, तो इसका
तो बार-बार सुन सकते हैं. जी.
हाँ, इसकी तो मिल जाएगी आपको. अल्पना जी, इसको तो रिकॉर्डिंग है तो अपलोड करेंगे, तो इसकी तो आपको रिकॉर्डिंग भी मिल जाएगी.
नहीं, रिकॉर्डिंग जरूर मिल जाएगी, वो तो अच्छी बात है. लेकिन एक चीज 2-3 बार सुनने से वो थोड़ा दाल दिमाग में बाद में घुसता है ना, इसलिए वो थोड़ा बाद में घुसता है. 2-3 बार सुनने से ठीक बाद में उसको ले पाएंगे. इसलिए आपसे अनुरोध है. ये आज तो सुना है, समझा भी है, लेकिन फिर 2-3 बार सुनने से उसको और भी माने दिमाग में रख सकता है. इसीलिए
ठीक है, इसको किसी संडे को रख लेंगे. महापात्रा जी, इसकी रिकॉर्डिंग है जो मेरी धम्म टॉक है. आज मैं महापात्रा जी को भी बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूँ. महापात्रा जी के बारे में मुझे थोड़ा आज ये भी पता लगा कि महापात्रा जी कुछ मुसावादा भी करते हैं. मतलब यह है, क्योंकि ये कहते हैं मुझे बोलना नहीं आता, और इतना अच्छा इन्होंने बोला है आज. मतलब यह है,
अमेरिका में जाके बोलते हैं.
तो मैं आज आई नहीं, ये गलत बात है. इसी में यू आर सर्कर, यू वांट टू स्केप एंड यू वांट टू डोंट वांट टू टेक पेंशन. लेकिन आपको सब पता है कितना अच्छा आपका आज का था. इस बात को मैं मानने को तैयार ही नहीं हूँ. और यू कैन कन्विंस नॉट ओनली मी. क्यों कैलाश जी, आप ये किसी को कन्विंस नहीं कर पाएंगे कि मैं बोल नहीं सकता.
नहीं, आई नो माय ओन लिमिटेशंस. सिंह साहब,
अमेरिका में जब बोल के आते हैं, वहाँ भारत का झंडा एकदम गाड़ के आते हैं, तो फिर क्या हम लोगों के बीच की बोलना, ये बहुत
तो
साधारण बात.
क्या इनको विदेश मंत्रालय सौंप दिया जाए?
अभी थाईलैंड में हर साल अमेरिका जाते हैं.
He is the speaker for the foreign affairs of the Mahabodhi Society of India. नहीं, कितना अच्छा बोला. रियली आई एम नॉट सेइंग इन द लाइट सेंस, आई एम सीरियस. महापात्रा जी,
जी.
आई कांग्रेचुलेट यू.
2-4 गलत भी बोल दिया.
देखिए, जब तक अर्हत नहीं होगे यही होता रहेगा, और जब ये धीरे धीरे सब गलतियां तो तभी बंद होंगी जब अर्हत हो जाएंगे हम. इसकी चिंता ना करो, इसकी चिंता ना करो.
जी.
थैंक यू.
ठीक है हुई।
ठीक है सर, ठीक है सर।
इसकी
ओके
इसकी हाँ ठीक है, थैंक यू।
जी जी
Namo Buddhaya.
नमो बुद्धाय।
नमो बुद्धाय।
ये सिंह साहब कॉल जाने दीजिए,
जी
बात करेंगे उसके बाद।
हाँ, कल का तो हेक्टिक रहेगा। कल
हाँ कल हेक्टिक रहेगा।
का तो हेक्टिक रहेगा।
हम्म।
व्हाट्सएप आया था उनका, मैडम का,
जी जी हाँ
ब्रसल्स से।
जी
मैंने भी उनको रिप्लाई भेजा था, शी इज ए फाइन लेडी एंड शी वाज हैप्पी।
हाँ हाँ
वो वो फोन मिला रही थी, मुझे पता तो था नहीं फोन नंबर उनका। तो मैंने देखा ये तो ऐसा नंबर आजकल फोन और फोन ऐसे बाहर का नंबर उठाते नहीं लोग, डर के मारे। तो
जी
मुझे
जी
हाँ, तो मैंने उठाया नहीं। फिर वो देख तो लिया था मैंने, जैसे आजकल कहते हैं ना कि एक ही हेलो कहने पे क्या क्या हो जाता है। तो जैसे वार्निंग भी देते रहते हैं, अगर आपके पास ऐसा कॉल आवे जिसमें ये 91 हो या ये ना हो, पहले शुरू में +91 ना हो, तो फिर ना उठाओ। तो इस देखा, तो मैंने देखा ये +32 है, तो मैंने नहीं उठाया। तो और उसके बाद शी मस्ट हैव अंडरस्टूड दिस थिंग, देन
हाँ
शी सेंट ए व्हाट्सएप मैसेज टू हिम मी।
अच्छा अच्छा हाँ।
हाँ, देन आई
आइडियली बात करने से पहले एक मैसेज, इस टाइम में मैं बात करूंगा करके एक मैसेज कर देने से अच्छा है। हाँ
हाँ, तो नहीं, मैसेज किया उन्होंने, और फिर
अच्छा
मैंने उनको मैसेज मैसेज भेज दिया, रिप्लाई भी भेज दिया मैंने।
जी 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 हाँ हाँ
अ, हाँ, फिर उन्होंने फिर थैंक्स भी कहा, कि मैंने कहा कि 31st तक मैं बहुत बिजी हूँ, और मैं आफ्टर शी वाज वांटिंग टू टॉक मी डायरेक्टली।
हाँ
और
हाँ
देन हाँ, तो मैंने कहा कि आई हैव अंडरस्टूड एवरीथिंग रिगार्डिंग दैट योर यंगर सिस्टर, एंड आई एम नाउ सेटिस्फाइड एंड देयर इज नो मतलब प्रॉब्लम नाउ, डोंट वरी एट ऑल।
जी 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 जी
तो
हाँ
बड़ी खुश हुई। हाँ, तो ये चीज है। थैंक यू। फिर बात होती है आपसे।
जी जी नमो बुद्धाय नमो बुद्धाय।
नमो बुद्धाय।